Sometimes our issues, the Lord said, yeah, you just came out of that situation, but you know what? I need you to go back.
My God.
I need you to go back. Because sometimes in war, sometimes in battle, there are casualties out there on the battlefield. Sometimes those casualties, all they need is a little nudge. All they need is a little push. Sometimes they just need a little help. Get up on my shoulder. And then we all can make it.
All
Because
right.
your destiny sometimes is to help someone else to get to theirs.
All right.
Because we progressing. The progressive God of ours says, get up and go back to Damascus. Then we go. leads to the desert around Damascus. He says, go back. See, he'd have been through all this stuff, right? Oh, I see a couple of browning eyes like this. Now, what is he went through? Oh, I'm going to slow down, but I still got to speed up. You know, that's an oxymoron already. Slow down, but speed up. How you going to do that? You go medium speed. Like 45. Y'all know I don't go 45 unless it's in my school zone. All right. See, no, in my school zone in Midlothian is 35 miles an hour.
Some country kids.
Okay, I'll slow down. Okay. I don't forget kids. I make sure it's like Frogger, playing Frogger. Y'all remember Frogger? No. All right. Progressive in its meaning is making use or interest in new ideas, finding, and opportunities.
All right.
This one I like real good. It says moving forward or onward, advancing. And the interesting thing about progressive, it is an adjective and it is a noun.
All right.
The noun version is one that is progressive. So that means in our journeys, the Lord wants progressive people because the Lord is a progressive God.
Yeah. Right.
So in our journeys, we have to keep progressing. Because if you don't progress, you just sit, you get stagnant, and you don't move.
All right.
Because what good and what purpose is it if you're in the same place you are right now that you was 20 years ago?
Right.
See, in his journey, Elijah's journey is going to show him your destiny is before you. We always try to get stuck in our complacency and think our destiny is now. Destiny is future, present, it's progressive.
All right.
How can you ever get to your destiny if you try to stay in the same spot?
My God.
See, Elijah's journey, it took him to the desert. Sometimes our journeys take us there too. Elijah's journey, it took him to a shade tree.
All right.
Elijah's journey took him to tiredness. It took him to sleep. It took him to a conversation. And it took him to some food. Sometimes it's the relationship. It took him to both physical and spiritual. And it also took him to a cave. See, these are all journeys. These are all things that's going on in our lives. But you see, did he ever just stop at the cave? Did he ever just stop at the journey? Did he just ever stop up under the shade tree? Did he just ever stop?
My God.
Even though things was going on, even though Jezebel said, I want to kill you. What you have done to my people, I want to do to you. Because if it don't be done to you, it's going to be done to me. Yeah. That's her own words that she said. He went through wind. He went through fire. He went through earthquakes. Do we ever go through wind? We go through fire. We go through earthquakes. Sometimes we think our storm is too much. We try to go into a storm shelter. What happens if you get in a storm shelter and a log or a tree fall on the door of the storm shelter? You stuck in that shelter that you thought was a safe place.
My God.
So that means you ran from danger into another danger that caused you death. We have to progress.
All right.
At the end, the Lord told him, you're not done yet. He done told him, you're not done yet either.
Right.
He said, you got to move.
Yeah.
Because he said, the Lord said to him, go back on the road that leads to the desert. He just came out of the desert. But the Lord told him, go back. Sometimes our issues, the Lord said, yeah, you just came out of that situation, but you know what? I need you to go back.
My God.
I need you to go back. Because sometimes in war, sometimes in battle, there are casualties out there on the battlefield. Sometimes those casualties, all they need is a little nudge. All they need is a little push. Sometimes they just need a little help. Get up on my shoulder. And then we all can make it. Because your destiny sometimes is to help someone else to get to theirs. Because we progressing. The progressive God of ours says, get up and go back to Damascus. Then we're going to jump. Then we're going to start. All right. All right, we got to do this. Now, you might ask, how could Elijah keep obeying God?
All right.
Don't you ask yourself that sometime?
Yeah.
How can I keep obeying you? Seems like I keep going on the merry-go-round. I help people, people don't help me. I help people, people don't help me. I give out some money, people don't give me money. I keep doing stuff, but you keep calling me to help.
Yeah.
All right, 1 Kings chapter 17.
My God.
All right. Oh, and I am reading the EXB version, if it reads a little different. It's the extended Bible. All right? You may have it, you may not. But y'all get it.
All right.
All right, here we go. Now Elijah the Tishbite was a prophet from the settlers of Gilead. I stand before the God of Israel. Elijah said to Ahab, as surely as the Lord lives, no dew or rain will fall during the next few years unless I command it. Except by my word, the people were worshiping the false god of Baal, who they believed brought rain. All right, say, why do you read that? Because the whole history behind Ahab was wrong. He let his wife dictate a ton of things in their kingdom.
All right.
In another couple of verses, another couple of chapters, his wife even got people killed just so Ahab could have a vineyard. He said, then through this time, Jezebel got all the Lord's prophets, got them together and killed them. And Obadiah, he was a good enough prophet to be able to get 200 of them and go hide them in caves through all this time, and then to save them from death.
All right.
He said then, but Elijah is one of the only ones that's doing enough, Elijah is the only one that's being a microphone for God.
All right.
He's by himself. No. And so now Ahab still wants to kill this man. Verse 2 says, then the Lord spoke his words. Word of the Lord came to Elijah. Leave this place and go east and hide near Kerith, Raven, the brook of Wadi, east of the Jordan River. Now he has left, right?
All right.
So he's on the journey. And he goes to the Jordan River. And we ask him, how can Elijah listen to God? Because Elijah built a relationship with God.
All right.
See, there's no rain going anywhere. But look what God does for Elijah. He said, leave this place and go east and hide near Kerith, Raven, east of the Jordan River. Drink from the stream, and I have commanded ravens to bring you food there.
All right.
You're going to go out into a barren place, then I'm going to put you up under a tree. You're going to drink from a brook, and then I'm going to have ravens bring you food.
My God.
That's how you build trust, and that's how you build a relationship. I just need you to speak for me, and I'm going to take care of you.
All right.
The Lord said, I just need y'all to speak for me today, because I'm going to take care of y'all. Because if you progress in me, I'm going to progress in you, and we all going to be progressing together.
All right.
He says, drink from the stream. I have commanded the ravens to bring food there. So Elijah did what the Lord said, according to the word of the Lord. He went to Kerith, Raven, east of the Jordan, and lived there. The birds brought Elijah bread and meat every morning. When?
Every morning.
And evening. And he drank water from the stream. Every morning and every evening. How long y'all think this lasted? Interesting. How long will the Lord have you in a spot just to sit, eat, and drink? How long? He says long enough, as long as I get my relationship built with you. As long as you're there enough and listen to me. As long enough as we can build and you trust in me. Don't waver in me. How many of us would have said, oh, what? I'm in the middle of a desert? There ain't no Chick-fil-A. There ain't no Popeyes.
There we go.
What?
Yeah.
No chicken sandwich.
No chicken sandwich. They good too. I've had 3 of them. All right. He says, verse 7 says, after a while the stream dried up. Oh!
My God.
After a while the stream dried up. So what should we do? Should we just get up and pack our bags? We gotta wait. We gotta wait for the Lord to say something. Sometimes we just want to pack up our stuff and go.
Right.
Lord, they told us to go. You can't go nowhere.
All right.
He said after a while it dried up because there was no rain in the land.
All right.
Then the Lord spoke his words to Elijah. Go to Zarephath in Syria and live there. I have commanded a widow there to take care of you. What?
All right.
You saying after you told me to be at this place, he's been here about almost 2 years, y'all. sitting by a river up under a tree and letting birds bring him bread and food every day, every morning, and every night. He took care of the needs.
Yeah.
Then, when it dried up, when the water dried up,
All
most people say
right.
your blessings dried up. You done took the Lord far enough. He can't take you no more. The Lord said, I got something else for you.
All right.
Sometimes our situation may look dried up to others, but the Lord just said, you know what? This part of your life was just a portion. But now, I need you to get up and move.
All right.
Are we ready to get up and move when he says get up and move?
Right.
He says, I can't even read all of 17 because later on in 17, he goes to a widow. And the widow, it's only the widow and the son, and she's getting ready to bake their last meal.
Right.
Their last meal. She said, I only got some flour and I only got this oil.
Right.
But Elijah said, you know what? I'm famished. And the Lord has sent me to your presence. But if you bake me that bread first,
All right.
your oil will never dry up and your flour will never be ceasing. All you have to do is follow the word of God. And what happens? I can't read all of it. The woman did it.
Right.
And since she did it, her progression and her destiny changed.
Yeah.
See, I can't read all of it because, see, his destiny was touching everybody else's destiny.
My God.
Your destiny and your progression is touching everybody else's destiny. I have to give you a quick synopsis. See, what happened is, and since she did that, later on, she was able to conceive again.
All right.
She was able to have food and bread throughout the whole drought when other people were starving.
Yeah.
The progressive journeys
Yes.
followed by a company destiny. See, remember he dropped off his servant.
Right.
Okay. He dropped off his servant. Since he dropped off his servant, he got a little weary because he went away. And so since he went away, now when the Lord told him to move, you got to move. And this is what happened.
Work on it.
I'm trying to stay within this time frame, y'all. I promise. All right, once the Lord told him to get up and move, he moved. And so this is what happened. I'm so sorry. How many more minutes I got, Pastor? 40. No, I only got 40. Oh, man, it's just too much, Pastor. I can't.
School must have what's at the time. Read the part that's highlighted.
All right, verse, okay, 15. All right, thank you, highlight it. We'll do that. All right, he told him to leave. The middle of 15 says, enter that city and pour olive oil on Ahaz. Oh, I mess that name up all the time. To make him king over Aram. Then pour oil on Jehu, son of Nimshi, to make him king over Israel. Next, pour oil on Elijah, son of Shaphat, from Abel, Meholah, to make him a prophet in your place. That's the important part right there.
All right.
See, the Lord has sent him out to not only to make new people for the kingdoms, he made a new prophet for him.
Right.
He made a new servant for him.
Wow.
Now, remember that other servant we talked about, that servant wasn't there no more. Now Elisha is the new servant. And now Elisha's going to wind up taking the place of Elisha later.
Right.
Said him and the prophet in your place. Jehu will kill anyone who escapes from Hazael swords, and Elijah will kill anyone who escapes from Jehu's sword. I have left 7,000 people in Israel who have never bowed down before Baal and whose mouths have never kissed his idols. Now listen to that. See, all this time Elijah thought he was by himself.
Right.
Only for a little while was he by himself. The Lord brought him some help, Elisha. So now, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? We're going to jump down to verse 19.
All right.
So Elijah left that place and found Elisha, son of Shaphat, plowing the field and team of oxen. Now, he owned 12 teams of oxen, Elisha did. That means he was not a poor man.
Right.
That means he's used to working. That means even when times got a little hard for his cattle or his ox, he still had another 11 to get to working. So that means he never stopped working. He never stopped moving just because other things in his life got a little tired.
All right.
Same thing with us. Just because one thing don't work, don't mean we just hang up the towel. Just put our shoes up and think it's done.
All
We should
right.
always have a backup to keep us pushing and moving forward. Oh, and I can't read all of it because I'm going to jump down to verse 21.
All right.
So Elijah, 20. Then Elijah left his oxen. Oh, shucks. All right, I'm going to have to break it down just a little bit. So Elisha, when he got there, he wanted to go back and talk to his mom and dad.
Right.
He wanted to say goodbye. Elijah said, if you want to go do that, go ahead and go do that. But what does that really have to do with me? But look, let's find out what Elisha does. What Elijah does, when he gets back, he takes a pair of oxen and he kills them. When he kills them, that's basically saying, I'm done.
Right.
I'm rolling with you. I don't plow fields no more. Only type of fields I'm going to plow now are going to be fields for God. Because I'm progressing, I'm turning.
All right.
And so then he cooked the meat and he gave it to the people. So why did he give it to the people? So they'll know also. I don't have no ties here no more.
All
My
right.
ties are up. The next time you see me, I'm God. God chose it. God moved it. So then Elijah became Elijah's helper.
All right.
All right, jumping. 2 Kings chapter 2.
My God.
Journey to the progressive destiny. Say, then when the Lord was about to take Elijah by a whirlwind up to heaven. See, Elijah had went through all of this turmoil just to get to one place.
Right.
Just like us, we go through all this stuff here on earth. We go through all these changes, all these ups, all these downs. We're just trying to make it to one place.
All right.
No matter where the wind blows, no matter how the earthquakes below our feet, no matter how hot it gets, we're trying to make it to one place. Heaven is that place.
All right.
But watch the journey within the journey. As I'm getting ready to finish up, I promise. So when the Lord was about to take Elijah by a whirlwind up to heaven, Elijah was leaving Gilgal. Elijah said to Elisha, please stay here. The Lord has told me to go to Bethel. But watch what Elijah says. Elijah says, as the Lord lives as you live, I won't leave. So they went down to Bethel. They went down to Bethel.
All right.
Sometimes when you know your destiny is right in front of you, you can't let it out of your sight.
My God.
When you know you're being led the right way by God, you can't let people get in your way and get in your sight and get in your vision and give doubt in you. Because if doubt starts to grow in you, doubt starts to grow in those other people that's looking at your destiny to see how theirs going to turn out. See, there's a whole group of them. And the prophet of Bethel came out to Elijah and said to him, and listen to what these prophets say to Elisha. Said, do you know the Lord will take your master away from you today?
All right.
Elisha said, yes, I know, but don't talk about it.
Yeah.
I know it's coming, but you don't got to keep telling me about it. I know it's coming, but he's already said once. What? Elijah said to him, stay here. Elijah keep trying to tell Elisha, stay back here. Stay back here. But what are we talking about? Progressive journeys to our progressive destinies.
All right.
He says, because the Lord has sent me to Jericho. They going somewhere else? Ain't God still moving?
Yeah.
He said, but Elijah said, as the Lord lives, and as you live, I won't leave you. How are we, when we know we're supposed to be somewhere, how confident and how much do we not want to let that thing go? You done had that first piece of something. You don't want nobody to take your first bite.
All
Then
right.
you don't want nobody to take your last bite.
Amen.
You want somebody to take a bite in between the first and the last. Because we know those are some of the most precious things that you got. Elijah said, I done seen some things you done done, Elijah.
All right.
I ain't letting you out of my sight. It says, so they went to Jericho. Then the group there told Elijah the same thing. Do you know that the Lord will take your master away from you today? Elijah said, what? Yes, I know. Don't talk about it. How many people in your life keep telling you, yeah, you didn't get that car today? Don't even try it because your credit score is 250.
Wow.
Don't try to get that house because your credit score is 175. Yeah, that's like below bad. That's like, have y'all ever seen red? Have you ever seen scarlet red? And when people pull up your credit, they're like, oh! And
Yeah.
this is what they're trying to tell Eli. They're trying to detour him off of his destiny.
All right.
Stop letting people detour you off your destiny. So they went to Jericho. Elijah said to Elijah, stay here. The Lord has sent me to the Jordan River. Oh my God. I mean, we still moving? Even though I know you're going to be gone soon.
Right.
He says, where we were. Hi. So the 2 men of them, when they went out, 50 men of the group, the prophets came and they stood from where Elijah and Elijah were standing at the Jordan. Now listen, Elijah took off his coat and he folded up and he put it on the water. And once he did that, the water said, whoosh, it passed.
All right.
Our crossing can't be hindered. You can't let your crossings be hindered.
All right.
Just because it's a little thing right there, don't let your crossing be hindered. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's friends. I don't care if it's whatever that's trying to stop and block you from your destiny. As long as you follow the right God, your destiny is going to come. And look, it said they crossed over dry land.
All
Dry
right.
land. Whenever you done put some wet stuff to the side off of mud and it turns dry. Okay, verse 9. I'm running because we got to get there. See, after they had crossed over Elijah, they said, what can I do for you before I'm taken away? This is Elijah talking to Elisha. Elisha says to him, oh my God, I got 2 minutes. Elijah said, Elijah said, leave me a double portion and share of your spirit.
All
He
right.
said, I just want a double portion of your spirit.
My God.
Elijah says, well, I don't think I can do that. He said, but if you are here when the Lord comes and takes me away, you will get it. And so what does he do? Verse 11. Say, and when they were walking along and talking, a chariot of fire just came out of the sky. Whoosh, and it separated. You listen to that. All this day, Elijah has been on Elijah's coattail all this time.
Right.
Anybody would say, well, he should have been killed by that chariot of fire instead of just separated. But it just, whoop, because it wasn't his time yet. Come on now. Gotta get an amen.
Amen.
Can't get an amen.
Amen.
Man.
So proud.
We're talking about a destiny.
Come on.
Right.
Because Elisha seen some things.
Right.
He's asked for some things.
Right, right.
And he asked right before, can I get a double portion? But
That's right.
Elijah said, I can't do it, but somebody else can.
My God.
All you gotta do is be there when it happens.
Alright.
Not only be there, but watch it when it happens.
Right.
Right.
See, sometimes we get, what's the word I'm looking for?
Sidetrack.
Sidetracked, caught up on the other stuff. Because there was some other people across the Jordan telling, hey, he ain't gonna be there in a minute. He ain't gonna be there in a minute. It wasn't, what happened to a lot of us? We started looking back.
Yes.
Get distracted. But Elijah didn't.
All
He kept his
right.
eyes.
Kept focused.
He kept his eyes on the prize. He kept his eyes on the destiny that he only had to be there to see it to obtain.
My
It's
God.
separated because it wasn't his time yet. He said, separated Elijah and Elisha. Then Elijah went up and ascended to heaven like a whirlwind. You see, ain't that something? You see, because all the hell Elijah done went through, it took him on a progressive journey to make it to heaven.
Yeah.
All right.
You see, that was his destiny. But since his destiny took him there, it also changed the destiny of Elisha.
Yeah.
Because it's progressive.
All right.
The things that we do in our lives for God, our children see. Our co-workers see. Our spouses see. Our friends see. Your destiny is tied to someone else's as well.
All right.
Wow.
Glory to God.
Verse 11. And I'm getting ready to wrap it up. I only got like 50 more scriptures and I'm not going to read them. So he picked up Elijah's coat because it fell from him from heaven. Then he returned and stood by the bank of the Jordan.
Yep.
Why is this important? Because you know, once they left the bank of the Jordan, the water started back rolling.
All right.
So that blocker got right there in front of the wicket end. With all the naysayers on the other side, and he had a blocker right here.
All right.
The naysayers on the other side, and he had a blocker right here.
Yeah.
How many times after you get some of your blessings, some people say, well, you got that blessing, but let's see if you get another blessing.
Watch out.
Come on.
Like we just got a one-time blessing God.
Wow.
Verse 14 says, Elijah hit the water with Elijah's coat, with the mantle, and said, where is the Lord, the God of Elijah? When he hit the water, it divided two in the right and to the left, and Elijah crossed over. So that man, he noticed right there, my destiny wasn't to stay on this side of the Jordan. My destiny was to turn back around. Just like Elijah's was in the desert, had to go back to the desert. Just like now, Elijah, now you got to cross back over that Jordan and get back to those people so you can see and walk out your destiny in front of them so their destiny can be changed. Oh, but can I read just 2 more scriptures?
Yeah, 2 more.
Because this would have been a part 3. This would have been a part 3. Because every time you're with the man of God, sometimes you get all crossed up and then you start to get consumed with some of the good stuff that the Lord, the man of God is doing, and you get sidetracked.
All right.
Why do I have to say that? See, because Elisha had to get a servant too as well later on. Because this is what we got to be careful of. Gehazi. I'm not going to read it. But it's okay, I'm going to just give you a short story. As Elisha starts to walk in his calling, as he starts to put his destiny forward and change everybody else's destiny, he gets a servant. And his name is Gehazi. And Gehazi is traveling with Elijah for years. They're doing blessings. They're doing all this good stuff. But he comes across this one man, Nahum. I think that's it. Nahum?
Name it.
Yeah, Naaman. Oh. Yeah, Naaman. That's it, Naaman. So he gets to Naaman, and he cures Naaman. And Naaman's a rich guy, y'all.
Sure is.
Very rich. And Naaman said, let me give you all this stuff. Let me give it to you. And Elisha says, no, I don't want it. Then they walk a little while. They go like from here up to the street, up to the corner. But Gehazi says, you know what? While he's walking there, I'm going to just run back. Because he thought Elisha took it a little bit too easy
All right.
on Naaman. He thought Naaman owed God and the word of God something. And so Gehazi went and took, he asked for like 20 pounds of silver, but Naaman gave him a little bit more than that, a whole lot more than that. And then Gehazi goes and stuffs it and puts it like in a safe place. And then this is what happens. Verse 26 of 2 Kings 5. Because they've been getting taken care of. So let's not get caught up. Verse 26 says, but Elijah said to him, my spirit was with you. I knew when the man turned from his chariot to meet you, this isn't a time to take money, clothes, olive grapes, sheep, oxen, or male servants of the female servants. So Naaman's skin got diseased. Then he says, you and your children forever will be stricken. Says when Gehazi left Elijah, he had the disease and was as white as snow.
My God.
See, he got confused in his destiny calling.
All right.
He thought he was being progressive and trying to go and help the word of God by going and get a little stuff and stashing it for later. We can't get distracted by the naysayers. We can't get distracted by our own feelings of what we think God should get.
All right.
If the word has went across and you've been in someone else's life to help change it for the better, stay in the calling of God.
Yes, sir.
Stay in your progressive destiny. Don't get caught up. So as we journey, and as I close, I'm only like 5 minutes over. Let's not be a part 3. Let's only be a part 1 and a part 2. Because Gehazi didn't have to go through that hell.
Right.
Because he ain't going to make it to heaven. It was unnecessary for him to even have to do that.
Yeah.
So let's stay on our progressive journeys to give God the glory and let other people give glory of God to them as well. You know, it's in Jesus' name we end this sermon and I say amen.
Amen.